Good afternoon, everybody. This is Jessica, the Silver State Stitcher. I'm back. This is Flosstube number 16. It's August 19th, Friday. I'm trying to cram this in real quick before I have to take little Sophia to swimming class again today. Fingers crossed we don't get more thunderstorms this afternoon. We keep having to cancel her class because in Southern Nevada we are having a pretty serious monsoon season, which we usually have monsoon season. It's just the last couple of years we've gotten used to a pretty mild monsoon season. It seems like for about 3 weeks now we've had varying degrees of rain, which for us is a lot down here in Southern Nevada, where our maximum amount of rain for a year can be under 5 inches for the whole year. So it's a lot. It's a real cramp in our swimming program if we have to miss like every other day because of thunder and lightning and all that stuff. I've got a couple things to talk about today. We're gonna go over finishes, whips and plans, and then I'm gonna start selling bags on my Instagram. I sew a lot and I can make bags. I've made bags for other people and figured might as well start making my own money to spend on my hobby, I guess. As many of you know, we're getting ready to embark on a fertility journey that does not get less expensive the more I hear about it. And although this bag money is not going to make a dent in that, it will help me feel better about spending money on a hobby that gives me a lot of peace and calming in my regular life. So anyway, that's what that is. I'll tell you more details about that at the end of the video. Yeah, so anyway, if you are new, welcome. I hope you enjoy the video. And if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy the video so that you can see it in your feed as the weeks go by. I know that's what I do with all my favorite floss tubers so that I can have a constant flow of new episodes of, you know, some of my favorite floss tubers. Yeah, so anyway, let's get to it. Sorry about the 2-day-old hairdo kind of thing, but this is just the look for today. Let's start with finishes. So I've got one that's kind of a finish. I'm gonna count it as a finish because apparently it was lingering in my whip pile because I thought it wasn't completely finished, but it was just missing literally the smallest smidge of back stitching to complete it, or to call it finished. It's this larger piece from Where Liberty Dwells by Brenda Gervais. Sorry, the fan's going. I hope it's not too loud, but this piece. And I did it on 28 count Monaco that I coffee tea dyed. And I think I don't think I used a call for colors because I'm pretty sure the red that they call for, the one that I had was just too like burgundy colored. The one that I had, I can't remember what it was, but I'm pretty sure I used ribbon red for this one to make it more like, I don't know, brighter, a little bit brighter. I like the prim, like faded colors, but I really, really like it. I like my patriotic to be really red. I don't know how else to explain that. Anyway, the flagpole you see there with the bird is off by a half a stitch, but I'm not gonna obviously fix it. And or the bird's off by half a stitch. I'm not sure. Somebody's off by half a stitch, but I just had to finish the flagpole. So that's all done now. And I'm trying to figure out how I kind of want to frame this and keep it up like all year. I know it's like really patriotic, but I think I might try my hand at like framing something myself. I'm feeling the Contented Stitcher Kim's inspiration to just tackle this whole project of trying to frame things myself like she does. Well, if Kim can do it, I think I can do it. So anyway, we'll try that maybe in the next week or so. I've got a whole stash of like garage sale frames that I've like been collecting, or hoarding as my husband would like to refer to it. So I'm probably gonna get into those and see if there's one that either fits it, or if I'm feeling extra crazy, we might even get my husband to cut some of them down and see if I can, again, Contented Stitcher them into the perfect size for that piece. I think it'd be really cool to have up all year round. I'm also inspired by Kim. I love the wall of all her pieces behind her. They're all mostly samplers and, you know, all the kind of stitching that she does. And I'm getting into doing some of those things, but I don't really have that many samplers. But I really love the look of just like this massive wall of tons of finished projects. Sorry, I couldn't come up with the word. All behind her kind of thing. I don't really have room for that in this room. Obviously, I've got all my supplies and stuff on the wall, but I do have like a small hallway between our bedrooms that I think would be a good place to put it, and it wouldn't be like in direct sunlight, so I wouldn't have to worry about like the pieces getting faded with sun, because we have a lot of sun here in southern Nevada. All right, then the other finish that I had, I'm just looking at it to make sure as I'm presenting it as a finish that I didn't at 11 o'clock last night go, oh, it's finished, and skip a whole section, is, sorry, I'll show you the pattern. Lizzie Kate, Autumn, 4 Seasons. So now the only one I have left of this is the winter one. So I finished this with all the called for DMC, except I think like 2 spots, like the owl's little chest, and I can't remember where else it is. Maybe the leaves are Carrot from Weeks Dye Works. I think that's what it was called for. I had like 1 Weeks Dye Works. Yeah, Carrot from Weeks Dye Works I used in those 2 spots, but everywhere else it's just the DMC that was called for. I hope that's focused. And then this is that. And then all I have to do is I put this on, mount this on sticky board, and then another sticky board covered in fabric. I just have to find a coordinating fabric that I like to back this. And then this gets swapped out with, I have a display in my Eden dining area that I have like, I thrifted some like silver, they're not real silver, platters from like Goodwill and stuff like that, that I have on the wall. And then I have washers and magnets that I can change those out for the seasons. But for the longest time, it's been summer and spring, and then it stays summer or spring for the rest of the year until I get to those seasons again. But now we get to introduce autumn, and now I'm on a roll, and I have the fabric already set for this. Oh, I don't know if I said this is coffee tea dyed Monaco, and I already have a piece cut and dyed and everything for the winter one. So I'm feeling like this, you'll see in plans, might be followed very closely by the winter finish so that I can put those up. The Where Liberty Dwells one, I have this top one kitted up, and I think I'm gonna start this on at the end of August. I can't wait to start this one. I think this one will go a little quicker than this one, only because these stripes, for some reason, really stumped me. Struggled hardcore with the stripes on the outside. And this, I think, is gonna go a little bit faster. So hopefully we'll get that one done, and then I can have like 2 little matching pieces next to each other. All right, let's move on to whips. So the other, I think these are the only 2 that I've worked on in the last little bit. This one I can't show you the pattern because it was a bonus chart and it doesn't have, I don't have a picture of the finish, but just trust me when I say it's gonna be super cute. I'll give you a preview of, oh, sorry. Is that little witch just the cutest? And then these are almost like quilt, like Ohio Star kind of looking quilt block motifs. And this is also on, well, this is on Rit Dyed Monaco. I'm sure this is just like a mad science color that I created with some grays and blues or something like that. Anyway, I cut 2 of these because it's gonna be a quick one, and I'm gonna make one for a smalls exchange at my upcoming retreat that I'm going to Stitch West in October. And then I wanna make another one for myself. So I'll finish both of those probably pretty similarly, maybe into a pillow or something like that. We are working on Primrose Cottage, Happy Halloween. Started this one last year, and I think this was like one of the last patterns that probably the last pattern I started for Halloween last year. So by the time I got like midway through, it's not like it's a hard stitch or a long stitch, but definitely, you know, when you just get burnt out on stitching something, stitching a season, it just didn't get finished. So I've got most of it done. So when I pulled it out, I was like, oh, I could probably get that finished in a couple days. So anyway, this is Primrose Cottage, Happy Halloween. And this is on, I think I got the pattern when they did like the Sip and See, or what is it called? The Sip and something, where they send you a mug anyway with it, and then they send you the pattern and the thread. I don't remember, I didn't order the fabric with it. I don't remember if that came with it or not, but it's Weeks Dye Works, called for threads. Well, let's see, it's like persimmon, onyx, and parchment. So those are the colors. I think it looks pretty good. And again, this is like a Rit dyed Monaco that I did, and I don't have a clue what colors are in here. It just looks spooky to me, so that's why we went with that one. And then got this cute little, I don't remember where I got, oh, I think I got this from Fat Quarter Shop, just a little charm. And lately, I don't know if it's because I was just pushing so hard to finish the fill-in on that Autumn Lizzie Kate, I've been using a little leather thimble because I kind of poked a hole in like the corner of my finger, or it got raw, not so much a hole, but it was like really tender after trying to finish that fill-in section. So I think, okay. All right, so on to plants. So those are whips, stuff that I've touched. Then I had like, I'd rather do tidy of my craft area than actually get housework done today. So I ended up reorganizing my whips and kitted projects. I went through my whips pile when I discovered that I was basically done with that Where Liberty Dwells one, and decided to see if there was anything else that was like hanging out that was like right on the edge of being finished that I could finish real quickly. And I found actually there was a couple of things in there that are actually just meant to be in the kitted section, not in the whip section. So it made my whip pile look a little bit less terrifying and a little bit less full. So then here comes the things that I'm gonna keep in my, I have this Longaberger basket that I keep. It sits like behind the couch on like a table. So it's got all the things that I'm planning on working on or trying to work on in the next like couple weeks. And of course that changes as your mood changes when you're like, hey, I want to do something completely different. This is the next one up that I want to get started on is the Lizzie Kate Winter Four Seasons, because I do want to get this one done and finished so that I could actually switch this out this year. And they don't take very long. It really is like the hardest part is the fill in like in this section for me. Just this big block of snow probably will take forever in that house. But everything else goes so quickly. And I just like this little, whatever these little motifs at the bottom, those little poinsettias, I guess. Super cute. Anyway, that's gonna be on Coffee Tea Dyed Monaco, and I've got it kitted up in a That's So Kelly Co. Bitsy Bob, I think is what these are called. I don't know, I've got a couple of these like maybe 3 years ago or something like that, 2 or 3 years ago. And yeah, that one's all set to go. All right, so next we're gonna work on, I actually need to start working on some Christmas ornaments for the family. And I'm not sure, but I think I might do this Be Merry one. Just like repeat that one. I was looking at that one, or where is it? Goodwill to All. I really like that one too. And I kind of look at them and think, what's got the least amount of stitching, but will look really nice finished. So I've got that all kitted up with the Classic Color Works, or sorry, DMC and a Classic Color Work. So what stitching from Stash basically. And I put that in a Love You More bag that I got on like Stash Unload. It's kind of gold. And then as a side note, I have these really cool little Ort bags that I bought from, now I can't think of her name, Pretty Southern. Can't think of her name, but you know who I'm talking about, on Etsy a long time ago. And they're like fold up paper bags. We were at Hobby Lobby the other day getting something else. I can't remember what I was purchasing. Oh, I was picking up the finishing piece for the Home is Where the Wreath Is by Stitching with the Housewives. Anyway, found these little tiny, they're gift bags, and I just trimmed off the top of the handles. Gosh, English is hard today. Top of the handles, and made basically little Ort bags. I tried to figure out how to reverse engineer these on my little Cricut to make like this size bag, and it was just far too complicated. And for $5, I got 10 of them. It was definitely worth the 50 cents that each one of them is going to cost me. And if it breaks, then I'm not so sad about it. Anyway, so that's in that bag. I need to start on that, so I'm trying to put that in there so I just have like motivation to get started on it. I really need to start on my Christmas presents. I have not done any as of yet. Next one that I want to work on, I think this one actually might be the very next thing I work on, only because it's so close to being done. It's Bird in the Hand Autumn by Heart and Hand. And I don't know why I stopped stitching on this. I'm thinking, I haven't looked at it very carefully, that maybe I'm missing like a color, or maybe I just got tired or burnt out on the season again. So anyway, working on that, so close to being finished. Again, this one and that Primrose Cottage one hopefully will be done relatively quickly. I kind of like when you put it away and you come back the next year and it's like barely like needs any stitching to be done. It reminds me of the feeling you get when you find a coat with money in it. It's like a surprise. You're the one who did the work anyway, but it was a whole year ago, so you forget all about all that. But it's exciting to me. I don't know why. I feel like those are like a gift that I left myself the year before. All right, and then everybody had really good ideas on what to do with my double that I kind of partially did. So I'm gonna finish this part, finish the whole thing, and then I might stitch this, I think I might stitch this into a Halloween project bag for myself. And then I have another piece of fabric that's cut much larger than this little tiny piece of fabric. This is folded in half. I mean, it's much bigger, but so I can actually work on that. So I don't know if I will start on the new one or finish this one, probably finish this one before going on to the new one. That's just kitted up with the called for DMC on coffee tea dyed Monaco that I dyed myself. More on the must get started on Christmas projects. This is the Christmas ornament for my mother-in-law, who gets her own separate one. This is Hands-On Design Flamingo All the Way is the one I'm working on for this year. I did one of the other flamingo ones last year and just got a little start on it. So this is also, sorry, it's Monaco, but that I Rit dyed and kind of modeled. Sorry, nothing is ironed. I see people all the time saying, I'm so sorry I didn't iron my projects. And I'm like, I guess I never thought that was the thing I was supposed to do. So I just never did. I guess just like it's your own quilt. You do whatever you want to. It's my own floss tube. I do what I want to. I don't iron anything unless I really, really have to, or unless I'm ready to finish it. So, all right, let's see. I have another one that I plan to work on. Also think it'll go kind of quickly. Let me see if I get the picture. This is from the 2017 Special Collector's Edition Cross Stitch Halloween magazine. I don't want to show you the pattern, so I'm trying to get there's something in the air. Oh wait, what was it called? Halloween Advice by Walled Champs of WDC Needlework. Anyway, I like quick text ones like this, and I think I started it just because I wanted to get something done quickly, and my plan was to do it on this more of that dark gray fabric. Is that the right way? Sure. Dark gray fabric, again, not ironed, sorry, that I Rit dyed. And then I'm doing the words in Wild Oats by Classic Colorworks. And then every spot where there's like, I'm gonna do the bat and the cat that's in there in 310 black, and then persimmon, I think, for the pumpkin, which is the same thread in the Primrose Cottage one. So kind of think they might coordinate. I'm pretty sure that's similar to the fabric that I picked for that one. And that one lives, let me turn the pattern around so I can show you the project bag without showing the actual pattern. Oh, I don't know who it's by, but it was somebody on Etsy, and I just think it's super cute. It's like all the little vintage Disney movie posters. I just thought it was cute. And let's see. This one, hopefully we'll get love, if not one of them done. It's Waxy Moon Designs Halloween House Trio. And I think what held me up on this one was I started it on Aida. And it's not because I don't like stitching on Aida. I just have found that I prefer stitching on really soft Aida. And I know that I took like, I think this was just from like Hobby Lobby or Michael's or something like that. And I tried to soften it and I coffee tea dyed it to make it the color I wanted. Anyway, that's the start that I have. And I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like all the classic colorworks that I had that were called for. Maybe I just picked these. I'm not entirely positive. I have to take a real good look at it. And then some DMC. Likely the DMC was what was called for on the chart. And then if I didn't have the DMC or the classic colorworks, I maybe chose my own colors. One moment. All right, next is on my quest to get some fall stitching outside of Halloween done. This is Plum Street Samplers Gobble. It's the cutest. I guess it's an older pattern. I want to say it's like 2008 or something like that. I got it when we were at Keepsakes a couple weeks ago. And I'm stitching it with the called for DMC with one, I think needlepoint silks, needlepoint ink silks, I'm not sure. Anyway, I was just kind of working my way from like the center up to the top. I like to get to the top and then kind of come back down again, or go to the bottom and go up. It just depends on what's the easiest way to travel. And see, I think the fabric was just cream or something like that. 32 count Lugana cream. And this just has the rest of it. Come here, you. All the colors. Very fall-y. So can't wait to get that one done. Again, maybe I'll just leave some of these up in the hallway. And then last in the basket is, this is in Made by Michelle, I think is the name. Oh, Christmas, what did I do with that card? Saved it, and the kid wrote all over it. Michelle Lee Quilts, sorry, is the name of the bag maker on Instagram, on Etsy. Michelle Lee Quilts. And then my Stitching by Sherry needle bed thing. And Michelle Lee, she's a long arm quilter too, like I am. And so she, like, I'm sure long armed a bunch of this kitty corn stuff and then made some beautiful bags. Love this bag. I love this fabric line. I don't know why I didn't buy any of it. So you know, this is my Halloween calendar, Tiny Modernist, if you've been watching. I've got maybe just about half done. And I'm finishing them individually. Let's see, which one, am I working on one specifically? Nope. I get into a pattern of just making the squares, like the outside squares. And I've got 4 of those started. Oh, got 9 started, and then another square going. So, with the called for DMC. All right, last but not least, let's talk about bags. Okay, let's talk bags. Let's see. We've got, if you're not following me on Instagram, sorry, I didn't mean to shake the table. I would suggest you do. I mean, I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm saying it's a good idea because I definitely post on Instagram much more consistently. Every couple days at the, like that's the longest I will go without posting. Anyway, I'm just more active over there than I am on Flosstube most of the time. So, I've got bags, vinyl front bags that I'm selling. So I'll show you some of the ones that I've got. This guy, vinyl front, she's 11 by 14. I don't know why it would be a he. And then I made like little accessory pouches or little coordinating, accessory pouches, I guess is what you would call them. Anyway, they're all, most of them are quilted on the back with some sort of stitching to give them a little more stability. I prefer my bags to be a little bit stiffer so that it doesn't bend the pattern when I stick them in my bag. The large ones are gonna be 30 and the small ones are gonna be 15. They're all made out of like high quality quilting cotton from my local quilt store, Quiltique in Henderson. So it's like really nice and soft, nice to the touch, and they're just really pretty colors and stuff like that. So if you want to buy a pair, like a coordinating set, and I'll list them all on my Instagram page, and you can me please them and then give me your email address so that I can invoice you. But shipping will be included, so you don't have to pay shipping on top of that. But the pair of these, the small and the big one together, would be 40, and then the large one on its own would be 30, and the small one on its own would be 15. So that's that one. Let's see, I'm trying to show you sets that I have done. This one doesn't have a set yet. It's got this really pretty rose pattern, little bows. I think this bow one is maybe Bonnie and Camille. And then they've all got a little sticker on the back that's saying made by Silver State Stitcher, or tag, I guess, not a sticker. Let's see, I've got this set, which is like a Halloween or Dia de los Muertos set. It's got like the sugar skulls on the back and stripes on the front, and then coordinating sugar skull stripe little bag that goes with it. This one does not have a coordinating one, but I'm gonna make some more of these. I just got a good chunk of them done. And then this is like a really cute little holiday one. I gave away some of these to my friends that I made at the Stitch Etc. retreat. Kim Gavlik and the housewives each got one of these with a bigger bag to go with it. Anyway, I had some leftover accessory pouches. And then I'm doing some Halloween ones. I'm gonna put up listings for all the ones that are like already done. This one's Tiny Treaters by, I can't think of the name of the designer, I should have written it down. It's a cute little Halloween word search on the back. This one I didn't quilt any, only because I didn't want to mess up the word search on the back, but it's cute little Halloween trick-or-treaters. So those are the ones, all the different styles, and I have different quantities of each of those, so I'll list that on the Etsy thing. I guess I could show you some of the ones that I'm gonna work on the next week or so. They're gonna be pretty cute, I think. Again, like I said, all out of really nice quilting cotton. Just because I found that I don't have very many project bags for as many Halloween ones that I do. This is like a Frida Kahlo sugar skulls kind of vibe. Really bright and pretty. And then that's gonna go with some Chelsea's checks. And then we've got, I may or may not have gotten a little out of hand at the quilt store. Some more of that tiny treaters with some Chelsea's checks. Oh, sorry, it's upside down. That one. And this is also part of that tiny treaters line. It's a little candy. And then I'm deciding, I think it's gonna go with this little polka dot. Little Swiss dot. And let's see. I'm gonna do some bags out of this Tula pink. And this is, I think this isn't like last year's line. Made to sew or handmade or something like that is the line. This little set. Really pretty pastel flowers, and then those little bows. Got a couple bags we made out of this line. If you see like one of these that you really want, you can always DM me on Instagram and I'll get that made, you know, in advance of the other bags. I kind of just go in spurts and get as much done as I can. This one I thought was really cute. It's got like birds. And then that one's gonna go with, coordinate with this guy. Let's see. Got some patriotic ones. I know it's not patriotic season, but I just thought this was cute together. The stars and that like really pretty floral together. What else do I have in here? This is the last of the bunch. And then some more subdued kind of pretty floral with kind of like a Civil War pink. And blues, really pretty. Oh, this is Laundry Basket Quilts. I'm like, what is the line? It's by Laundry Basket Quilts. And then we're almost done, I promise. This set, Laundry Basket Quilts, and then probably gonna use these to do coordinating stuff with those ones. Not a very good shower of fabric. Yeah. Anyway, keep an eye out or come find me over on Instagram for some bag sales. I'll try and remember to let everybody on YouTube know when I do a bag sale if you want to come over and purchase, but I plan on posting pictures and the sale tomorrow on Saturday the 20th. So hope you're all well and having, yes.
I hope my bag comes in that bookshelf.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
And I told you I got boo-boo.
Come here.
Down the way. It's right there. It's there. I saw it right there. Where's the bookshelf? Let's go play.
Okay.
Really? Can I play with blue again?
Yes, you can. I'll be right there.
Blue?
Hope you're all doing well. I hope you all get lots of good stitching time in. And until I see you next time, keep stitching. See you guys soon. Bye. What do you say? So You're gonna be 3 soon.
No, I'm not gonna be 3 soon.
Yeah, you're already 3, you think? I think you got a month to go. You're almost there.